We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2117. Jill and I are talking today about what to do, or what to avoid, when adding mobile homes to your portfolio. What are some of the things like the red flags that would just smack you in the face about when you're trying to add mobile homes to your portfolio? And, don't do that. We'll talk about it.
Don't buy mobile homes in parks.
Yeah. Don't buy property that's too expensive.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. There's a lot of questions about this because in the acquisition, when you're buying a mobile home on its own land, on its own APN, it's two transactions. And so I'll cover what that's all about and why here in a second. It's Mobile Home Week.
Yay! Like Shark Week.
What if it's Mobile Home Shark Week? Feeding mobile homes to sharks. That's a show I would watch.
There we go.
Feeding an old mobile home to a shark.
Yeah.
What if you took an old mobile home and packed it full of
sharks,
rotten fish, dumped it into an area where there's a bunch of sharks?
Oh, now it's an EPA event.
I would watch this.
Oh, yeah.
Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum, take a deep dive into land-related topics by popular request.
Okie dokie. Was that the name?
What?
Is the name Blink?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
It's their handle. I knew you were going to ask me that.
Okay.
Some of us create these scripts. Some of us audit them.
Just checking. It could have, you know what? There might be typos. They're Blink. Maybe it's Blank. Just kidding.
Maybe it's Blake.
Anyway.
Do you have a spouse who likes to find errors in what you do? Or do you have
I just want to make sure before I just rattle it off. That's all silly. Hi, we are trying to make our first ever purchase for a property in a certain county in Ohio. We are purchasing for $1,800 and need to do a notary close to protect our profit margin. We need to close anyway with a notary. I'm having a hard time getting information on what documents are exactly needed. I have contacted the county recorder and auditor, neither gave me a straight answer. Basically just suggested I get an attorney. I totally understand this. Can anyone offer some advice as what is typical for a notary close? I am guessing this is on the, I'm sure of it now. This is on the free to the public side of the Land Academy Discord forum, because we talk about this in great deal in Land Academy. Basically, you have to have a notary anyway, because in order to purchase a property, the seller has to sign a deed and it has to be in front of a notary, period. That's the main thing. And then you got to, conduct a payment option. So what do I need to do that? A deed. That's it. And I can see why the county's like, I think you just have some red flags too, Blink, because they're picking up that you don't know what's going on and they don't want to, and it's very true. The county will very nicely say, look, I'm not allowed to give legal advice. I can't really tell you. So that was smart of them. To say call an attorney, or they could have said just call an escrow agent and they can get it done. But you're right. But there's a couple things. I mean, you need to think about you're buying the property from the seller. What has to happen? They have to deed it to you. You need to make payment to them, and then you want to get it recorded with the county. So there are documents that go with that, and I'm happy to help you in Land Academy. Is that fair?
Yeah, in the simplest form.
That was the simplest form.
People don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Most people don't know. Most real estate agents don't know this. Geez, 99% of the real estate agents I've ever talked to do not know this fact. Mm-hmm. I can convey a property to Jill by creating a deed in Microsoft Word, copying the exact deed that's already there. It's in my name, changing my name to the grantor, and putting Jill's name as the grantee. I'm the seller, signing the deed, getting it notarized, and Jill, without her knowledge, owns the property. Mm-hmm. So if there's somebody in your life that you want to punish, you could buy a really bad property, like a gas station, let's say, and deed it to them.
Jack, that's not okay. That's not a good thing.
A deed is not a contract.
Yeah.
A deed is
No.
is a conveyance document.
Yeah.
And all you technically need is that conveyance document to get the property from your name to another person's name.
Think about it. It's just
You don't
like
need
anything.
a real estate agent, and you don't need an escrow agent.
It's not just property. I can put down money in it. Like I can go and make a deposit into somebody else's bank account. Automatic. They'll take the money kind of thing. And you won't really know how it got there. I could buy a car, put it in your name. It's then it, there's all kinds of things you can do. Now, then it needs to get, registered, right? But the main thing is with property. I mean, you're 100% right. It's not as tricky as you think it is, however, there are steps in doing it right.
I built an entire company on this, exactly what they're saying here. Mm-hmm. Buying a property, finding a seller who's willing to sell a property and sending them the deed packet, we used to call it, which is just a deed that's all completed, requesting that they sign it and have it notarized in front of a notary. And in the packet is a cashier's check. Mm-hmm. They send the signed packet back and deposit the cashier's check, and I now own the property to resell it. Mm-hmm. I've done 10,000, 12,000 probably plus transactions like that. It's not as prevalent any longer because of the types of properties. We did very well doing that, but I will tell you, I probably make 10 times the money now doing it the Land Academy way, which is using an escrow agent. Mm-hmm.
And they're more profitable properties. That's the thing too. So I hope to Blink that if you're buying it for $1,800, I hope it's worth at least, I hope you're going to sell it for $5,000 because it's worth like 8, 9, or 10. Then it makes sense. That would be good math. Buying for $1,800 to sell it for $3,000, not good math.
Today's topic, what to avoid when adding mobile homes to your portfolio. I thought about this for a while with this topic, and I can think of one thing to avoid, one single thing, and that's a high price.
That does mess up
Can you
any
think
deal.
of one negative thing? When you get a mailer back that's signed and you find out there's a mobile home on there, what do you do?
Okay, what to avoid? What to avoid when adding mobile homes to your portfolio? Skipping an inspection. Don't skip an inspection. You want some eyes on it. It doesn't have to be a formal BOG, but I like to get some local person there, presence, getting some eyes on it. And then, I shouldn't say that. You could skip an inspection if you're buying it at the price of dirt, because no matter what, it's worth more, if that makes sense. So I'd buy the dirt for $5,000. It has a mobile on it and I'm still paying $5,000. I don't really care what it looks like. I would like to get some eyes on it. I really don't need an inspection.
When these properties come back, there's usually a story or a circumstance. With land, the story is real simple. Oh, my dad died and we inherited it and I never wanted it anyway. And it always made my mom mad when it came up at Thanksgiving. And so we'd love to sell it to you. Let's get the deal done. With the mobile home, it could be completely vacant. It could be bombed out in the back, like half of it's missing. Could have been target practice for the last 20 years for somebody. It could be, there could be a renter in there, or it could be amazing. It could be an amazing property, one of 10 that a recently deceased person has. These are all real examples of deals that Jill and I have done. And so you want to get the story. You want to know what you're getting into. You want to avoid any surprises. And so what Jill's saying is correct. You got to get some eyes on it. Google Earth is getting amazingly recent now. It shocks me, actually.
Yeah, like
used to be 10-year-old images.
And
now
it's like a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was taken in December. Wow.
But you want to get somebody out there, maybe a drone person, and just to take a lot of pictures so you can look at it. What I don't want you to do is be turned off if it's a terrible mobile home.
That's good.
That we see that with new people in Land Academy a lot. It usually comes in the form of a question like this. I got this piece of property, they signed the offer, and how much is it going to cost for me to remove the mobile home and the 4 classic cars behind it?
To which Jack says, I'll buy it off you right now.
Yeah. Those are all huge. Even if there's a bunch of trash on there, those are huge attributes. They're not bad things. It's not. Those people are usually young real estate agents where they're wired to to try to get a listing on a property that's pretty. And that's the exact opposite here. We want ugly and cheap.
Trying to think. So what to avoid would be like your own preconceived notions of what people want. Avoid that. My best advice is, just portray exactly what it is. I've never been there. So if you buy, imagine this scenario, because this does happen. You could buy the most amazing property. You would have spent 10 grand on the dirt, and now it has a mobile on it. And you don't even know what's in it. I mean, you've got pictures of the outside. It looks okay. You're just thrilled, right? This is a positive. This is providing more value now. So when you turn around and turn it up for sale, I don't even know what's in there. There could be a safe in there, and I haven't found it yet. And that's all yours. And people have found weird things, by the way. In mobiles, we find out later on, like, I found silver in there. It was furnished because, so-and-so had passed on and he left everything and it was in great condition and they could just move in. You have all kinds of scenarios. Just you want to, as best you can, properly convey the condition as you know it in pictures and sell it.
There's a massive DIY, do-it-yourself community out there that loves to go in and rebuild things if it's financially feasible. Mm-hmm. So that's the market that you're selling these properties to. You're not selling it to a young couple with a baby.
Right.
Join us tomorrow where Jill and I talk about tips for marketing and reselling mobile home lots. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.